Last month, I posed a question to you on Facebook. I asked, what is the best life advice you've received? We had many wonderful responses. As I considered my own response to the question, I realized it was my father who gave me most of the wonderful life tips I use frequently. I am a first-generation American, as my father came to this country from Switzerland when he was 8 years old. He is an Air Force veteran, smart and very practical, so I pass on some of his wisdom to you. Here are snippets from my father, Ralph, in no particular order that you may find of value. This one became the first of Ralph's rules to me, and my personal favorite. Don't let your gas tank run below 1/4 of the tank. You'll never regret filling it, but you might if you don't. Another is, when in doubt, leave it out, meaning if you have doubts about a decision or action, step back and do nothing to cause harm until you've given it more thought. That's excellent advice with our words, too. When in doubt, leave it out. It's impossible to unsay something. Growing up, we learned that a ship-shaped ship is a happy ship, which means my sister and I learned to value putting things away so we could find them in a hurry. Caregivers are masters at knowing routine helps in everyday care. Never say never or always is a statement of absolutes, and someone or some situation will inevitably prove you wrong. So true. There were some funny ones, too. Put nothing sharper than your elbow in your ear. Never been able to figure that one out. And when we made negative faces, especially as teenagers, we'd hear, "It'd be a shame if your face froze like that." We grew up handy, working side by side with him as he built sailboats in our basement, until we were experienced enough to ably use power tools and to measure twice. We learned that when trying to repair something, really look at it first, and never force something mechanical. Today you can take a picture to do the first, but forcing the valve on the sink can cause a mess. So his advice stands true today. Most of all, we learned that if we would undertake a task, that we had the responsibility to do it right, and preferably the first time. He invoked a strong work ethic and personal accountability, and told us we should be careful to never burn our bridges in life, for we may need a way to walk back someday. Finally, we learned that balancing our days may be impossible, but balancing the seasons of life was an excellent goal. Consider the life advice you've been given, and let the person who gave it know you appreciate it. Love you, Dad.